now to Shaina Low. She's the communications advisor for the Norwegian Refugee Council, which is an aid organization active in Gaza. She joins us from the Jordanian capital, Amman. Many thanks for taking the time to do this interview. What do you make of the desperate scenes we have seen over the last few days in Gaza, the chaos at the distribution centers as people scramble for aid and the many dozens of people getting injured as security officials clearly trying to maintain order?
Well, it's not surprising, and the chaos that we've seen over the last several days as these sites have opened was 100% predictable and preventable. And it really highlights the risks of bypassing coordinated humanitarian-led systems in favor of these ad hoc mechanisms that aren't accountable to really anyone. We have a plan on how to distribute aid safely. We saw during the 6-week ceasefire when aid was flowing in that we had the ability, we, the UN and other humanitarian partners had the ability to scale up and reach people in areas that otherwise would have been inaccessible and provide them with aid. But what we're seeing now, people walking tens of kilometers to access distribution sites, the chaos that is unfolding, the way that Palestinians are being corralled to reach aid. It's just devastating to see. People have been suffering for nearly 20 months of hostilities now and are desperate for any type of food or any type of assistance to help them and their families survive. No one should be subjected to this type of undignified treatment and the danger that it poses for civilians.
And Shaina, I just want to get into the details of these distribution sites. For people watching who may not be so aware, the GHF has 3 distribution sites in Rafah. This is situated within areas where the Israeli military has issued evacuation warnings. And the 4th site is in Gaza City in northern Gaza. This one, I believe, has yet to open. What issues do you see around not only the number of distribution sites, but also the locations?
Well, as we've warned that we think that these distribution sites are really being used to advance Israel's political and military objectives to forcibly displace Palestinians from areas in which they are currently residing or seeking shelter, and force the displacement of Palestinians to other parts of Gaza or even outside of Gaza. When we do distributions, we, meaning the Norwegian Refugee Council, but also the UN and other partners operating under the UN system, we go and reach communities where they are. That ensures that vulnerable people like the women and children that Hani spoke about, who are especially vulnerable as chaos ensued, that they don't have to go long distances. We make sure that aid reaches people in need and is fit for what is fit for what their needs are. The boxes that they have been receiving are nowhere near adequate to meet the desperate needs of a population that's been starved for the last 80+ days.
And on that point, according to the new Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, since it began operations on Monday, it has handed out, and this is figures from them, just over 1.8 million meals. How far would that amount of food go, given the needs in Gaza?
Well, that amount of meals doesn't even add up to the total number of people currently in Gaza, Palestinians in Gaza. So that's about less than 1 meal per day for the entire population. The UN has and partners have 171,000 metric tons of food waiting to enter Gaza. And all we need is the access to be able to get that aid in and the ability to safely move it throughout Gaza in order to reach people's needs and give them food for the next 3 to 4 months.
Shaina, appreciate your time today. Shaina Low, communications advisor for the Norwegian Refugee Council, joining us there from Amman.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.